Not making noise while eating it is a bad manner. There are several kinds of noodles. The udon that comes from Shikoku, the Nihon Soba that comes from Mae Island, and the ramen that comes from China. In Okinawa, the favorite is the Okinawa Soba. The beginnings of this popular dish seems to be that comes from China as a result of commercial interchange. This meal has some characteristics that make it special. The Okinawa Soba is basically composed by three main groups of elements: soup, noodles, and toppings. Kombu and slice of dry fish for fish soup. Pork bones, onions, aguamori for the bones soup. A special kind of noodles. And the last, toppings for decoration and taste. This traditional meal of Okinawa's people you can find in different ways. The instantaneous ones in supermarkets, the ones in commercial restaurants, and the Okinawa Soba of traditional restaurants like Udonjama.
そうですね。最近ですね、その沖縄そばっていうのは麺の
In
作り
recent
方なんです
years,
けど、
in Okinawa, when making the noodles, most of the noodles are made by machines and the food industries.
戦後間もない頃までは
Right after the war, most of the noodles are made from flours and people used to make their own noodles, but in recent years, only few noodle restaurants make them.
作ってその売るっていうところも少なくなってきたもんで、これを始めるきっかけなんですが、22、3年ほど前に
About 20 to 23 years ago, this house was moved from Ginoan area.
元の方に聞きますと、
According to the people who used to live in Ginoan, this house was a resting place for Shuri high officials who were on the way from the Shuri to Nakagusuku area.
ですからその時でももう100
Right now,
年ぐらいになっているかもし
is
れない。
about 140 to 150 years ago.
10カ所から20カ所ぐらい
Probably
は残っ
10
てる
to
と思います。
20 traditional soba restaurants
その
are
アクを
still
使って
left,
やっているところ
and
その
maybe half of them
まあ
using
灰を使ってるのは
ash water as traditional style.
In the traditional way, the process starts very early in the morning. The first step is to collect the ash water you will use with flavor to make the noodles. To get the characteristic texture of the noodles, you should mix 80% of heavy flour with 20% of light flour, and mix this flour with the ash water. After molding with hands and feet, leave the mass resting for 1 hour. While that, you start with the second element, the soup. To make the fish soup, you clean the kombu and put to boil. Then, add slice of dry fish inside a bag. The fish soup will be mixed with the bone soup made the day before. First, the bones should pass by hot water to take off the angry taste. After that, you pick them up and put together with onions, a bit of aguamori, and fresh water to boil. This soup is kept on refrigerator. Next day, the fat is easily taken out and added to the fish soup. A bit of salt and the main soup is ready. In Odonjama, they add its kakuji aji, also made the day before to remove the fat easily. These are the ingredients. The kakuji aji is a cooking secret of traditional restaurants. Now, the soup of Okinawa Soba is ready. Let's go back to the noodles. After leaving the mass for 1 hour, cut it in smaller pieces. And do the second molding with feet. To get the slices, you will set into the molding machine. The mass will pass through the molding machine as many times as needed to obtain the correct texture. Now, you only need to cut the mass and get the noodles. The next step is making the wrinkles that give the Okinawa Soba noodles a special quality. Then, the noodles are boiled. After boiling, you pick them up and stir oil to avoid the sticking and give them brightness. The noodles are ready. Joined with the soup, the last decoration details are added just before serving.
The quantity of noodles that one person can make per day is about 70 to 80 portions. During Saturday and Sunday, whole family usually come to our soba restaurants, so we prepare for 100 to 120 portions. We have one person making noodles, one washing dishes, one for making soup, and 2 people outside the kitchen. Giving helpful service to the customers are most important part of our service. And at the end, if we hear someone who tasted our noodle and said it was really delicious, nothing makes us happier than that.
Make the Okinawa Soba traditionally is not easy, but done with love, the result is the best.
Oh,